Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gadget Show Live. This is the finals day, folks, and it is guaranteed to be fantastic. My name is Total Biscuit. I will be joined very shortly by Mr. Diapollo in the analysis seat for this particular matchup, which will be the final match of a best-of-3 series. We're going to be bringing you SeleCT and Hasuobs, who played 2 games yesterday, and they're going into the final matchup. It's currently 1 apiece, as you might imagine. It's going to be on the Hasuobs Plateau. There's £5,000 on the line. Both of these guys are currently in the winner's bracket. One will go down to the loser's bracket as a result of this particular match. Our players are ready to go, as am I, so hopefully you guys are ready for some esports action. That's what's going to be coming for you right here the entire day, live from the NEC in Birmingham. You can hear the countdown in the background as we switch over to the game screen right now, and I can guarantee it's going to be amazing. Just as the caffeine kind of kicks in and tries to get my brain booted into some semblance of order. That would be really, really nice, wouldn't it? It's like words go in order, don't they? Words mean specific things. Yes. The brain will eventually figure out exactly what's going on, but at the moment I think it's in the middle of loading time. Going on to the Hasuobs Plateau. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. SeleCT versus Hasuobs has already been fantastic. Obviously, that wasn't broadcast yesterday. It's because we tried to fit in one final match, but that's how it went. And this will be the final of this best-of-3 series. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you SeleCT. He is in the red trunks, and he is playing Terran right here on the Hasuobs Plateau versus his opponent, Hasuobs, in the yellow trunks. He is playing Protoss. This will be interesting. These are 2 of the best players in Europe, as far as I'm concerned, even though SeleCT tends to be based out of North America. They are awesome. In fact, pretty much every single player in this particular tournament is absolutely astonishing in their own right. Tournament so far has consisted of nothing but epic games in every single respect. Just going to get the game sounds up just a little bit, make sure that everything is all good, so you guys can hear the wonderful explosions and violence and blood splattering all over the place, because, you know, it's nice and family-friendly like that. Starcraft 2 is a game of strategy. Greetings, Mr. Diapollo, who has just arrived on set, and he will no doubt join us on the next particular broadcast. Looking forward to that. Always nice to get a little bit of a break. A little bit exhausted after yesterday's casting. It was good 8 or 9 hours or so. It was good. I enjoyed it, though, very much. That's the main thing. We will not be whining about doing that. Barrett's come down right here for SeleCT. No problems for him whatsoever. Now, SeleCT has been playing some very inventive strategies all the way up until this point, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it can actually pull up against Hasuobs. Hasuobs took the first game, and then I believe SeleCT took the second game, so we are in the tiebreaker right now. These guys aren't going out of the tournament, don't worry about that. For the time being, since it's only been a 6-player tournament, everyone ended up in the brackets. Nobody was knocked out in the group stages. The group stages actually gave a bye to the top 2 seeded players, so they were able to skip through. And SeleCT has actually been fighting really hard to get to this spot because he was not given a bye. So I believe he's already had to play 2 series of matches to get to this point. And he also knocked down his teammate Show into the loser's bracket. He's still in the fight for the time being, but SeleCT is playing at the top of his game right now. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can pull out against Hasuobs, who also has been playing extremely well up to this point. Second barracks going down, already scouted right here by Hasuobs. Nothing to really worry about for him right now. Cybernex core coming down, and really I wouldn't be too surprised by Hasuobs' play. He hasn't really done anything non-standard in terms of the early game. Tends to open up with the gateway, goes straight into the side next score. We're not seeing any proxy 2 gating, and certainly no cannon rushing from him. Tends to open pretty standard. So the variety starts to come in around the mid-game for him. He's pulled out all sorts of crazy stuff, including one of the first times I've ever seen this done, a Dark Templar proxy pylon warp-in by using a hallucinated Phoenix to spot up the cliff. That's pretty damn innovative, and it did a fantastic job in wrecking his opponent when he was doing that. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Reactor coming down right here for SeleCT, and he also has a Reaper coming out as well. So opening up with the Reaper straight into a second barracks with a Reactor. It's just a standard 2-racks opening, really, isn't it? But with a Reaper to cover it. Reaper's getting increasingly popular simply because of their ability to deny scouting information as well as gain valuable map control and do a little bit of harassment where appropriate. Protests tend to be fairly good at repulsing it simply due to the presence of a Stalker in the mineral line. In this case, however, Hasuobs is actually building a sentry. So I'm not entirely sure he'll be able to deal with that. That said, he does have a Stalker back there. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to get back. And as you can see, SeleCT is going to deliberately avoid that front line. Very smart move by him. You might be able to pick off a couple of probes and also gain some scouting information. Not anything really fancy is coming from Hasuobs as of yet. Second gateway to follow that one up, and Cybernex core is down. Warpgate research well on the way. No chrono boost really being used. It's all actually being saved right now, so I can imagine a unit push after that. And in the meantime, Select doing a little bit of a push-off, denies another probe scout. That Reaper just hanging around, waiting for an opportunity. He needs to get in there immediately and start doing some damage and get some information. Hasuobs into a Stargate, which is not unusual really for him. He's got a wide variety of these openings, and he's gone 2 gateway into Stargate. Cybernex core already up. Takes 1, takes 2, looks for the 3rd. I believe he managed to snipe that off. We can check it there. Yes, he's actually killed 5 workers up until this point. He took out 2 probes, scouting, and 3 in the mineral line. A nice little bit of harassment, and certainly worthwhile in terms of the cost of that unit. Select forward right now, 2 Marauders. Bunker going to cover that, no problem at all. Command center down for him. Nothing to worry about, except for the fact that that Phoenix is on its way. There we go. You can see it right now. The question is, did the Reaper see it? Short answer is no. Reaper did not scout lower. It did not see the Stargate. That has to be completely and totally unexpected right now for Select. And Marine count is looking okay, certainly, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. But I would still be a little bit concerned. There is a lack of anti-air really available right there. That is a little bit worrying right now. Those Phoenixes may be able to not only gain some valuable scouting information, but also harass that mineral line at the back of the base. As to whether or not they'll be able to do any real damage, well, we will certainly find that one out very shortly, won't we? Hasuobs sort of hanging around, second one already available, and he's going to cover his advance now, and Nexus is coming down. In the meantime, Select has actually got a very sneaky, look at that. He's actually spotted that and is keeping that SCV just hanging around. Great, valuable information being gained from that. Phoenix is with a flyover right here, but Select with a primarily Marauder-based force. Nice free SCV for him right there, and easily gets away, and that would be, I believe, first blood right now for him. Hasuobs into the line, and he'll be able to find out some interesting information, including the fact that his opponent is mining. Very unexpected, I tend to find. Stim back on the way up for Select as well. 3rd Phoenix to join the force. Will be able to grab a Marine as he goes past. Yes, he can. Snipe that off very easily. No problems for him whatsoever. And he's got plenty of maneuverability for the time being. So I don't expect him to be locked down anytime soon, although that Stim might change that. In the meantime, 2 more gateways to follow that one up. And if we have a look at the economic situation, equal in pretty much every respect right now. Completely and totally equal. Select's going to dump down a few more mules, and he'll be able to gain a small economic advantage over the short term. Question is, will he be able to solidify that lead with anything? Army supply count slightly in favor of Select right now. Worker supply also slightly in favor of Hasuobs, and not a big deal, nothing game-changing. In the meantime, Hasuobs doing a fantastic job with these Phoenixes right here. 4 more Warp Gates coming up for Hasuobs as well. That would make 6, plus the Stargate. That's a good little force, and also denying scouting information for Select and the control of the Xel'Naga watchtowers. Smart move there by him, maneuvering around once again. However, Select is ready this time to intercept, and Stimpack is up. We also have a starport on the way, and Reactor coming down from Select as well, so I'm expecting a transition considering the timing. I would think they'll actually swap that over. And here we go. So we've got a Stim right in the middle of it. It takes out 1 Phoenix. Nicely done. Hasuobs driven away and minimal damage done there. And also a nice interception. He's got a group of Marines in the mineral line and driving Hasuobs once again back into a corner. Ghost Academy coming up for Select, and Select has been playing with Ghost pretty much the entire time, honestly, just throwing them in there versus the Protoss. I don't blame him in any way, shape, or form. It's an exceptional idea. 14 Marines, 5 Marauders right now. We do have upgrades on the way. Combat Shield and Terran Infantry Weapon level 1. And once that's up, I would expect some kind of push from Select to try and solidify his lead in this matchup. Although right now, he's still extremely vulnerable to the sniping attacks. Almost lose the Phoenix. Excellent micromanagement there. Oh, Hasuobs with a little bit of missed micro. Almost lost the Phoenix. 1 more shot. In fact, 2 more shots from those Marines would have done it. We have a look at the army count comparison right now. Also pretty much equal worker supply now in favor of Select quite significantly. Still with that SCV there. Absolutely fantastic. Once those 2 assimilators go down, he will spot that, but he's still gaining valuable information from being there. In the meantime, Hasuobs with a forward push. 1 pylon down. 2nd pylon coming down right now. Looking to try and end this game fairly early. Can Select repulse this? Does he have the firepower he needs? Let's have a look at army supply count. It is looking fairly grim. Those bunkers will certainly help. The Marine shield will be up. The 10-inch infantry weapon upgrade will not, unless Hasuobs decides to really delay this. More harassment comes in, scouting information acquired for Hasuobs as well. Be able to easily grab a few of those Marauders, which will certainly help to defend against this particular force. And that's really what he's going to be relying on, these Marauders right now in the bunker. And here we go. Throwing it in right here, and one Stalk going down almost immediately. Needs to bring that bunker down. Immediately evacuating and pulling back. He knows he can't hold it. He needs a few more seconds. Just needs to hold off until that infantry weapon upgrade is here. But he's still got 30 seconds to wait. And here we go. Throwing down right now in the Nexus as he pushes in right here. And Hasuobs going for it. He really, really is shredding that minimal line. Great force field placement right there. He looks like he's going to take the orbital command center down to 50%, 25. Up in the air, on fire already. Can he bring it down? Does he have enough firepower? He does not. Great clutch repairing right here, and SeleCT now pushing into the line once again. Great force field placement. Hasuobs has the firepower to deal with this force at the front right here. I'd be very concerned right now for SeleCT. He continues with the push right here. Medevac's holding the line. There's another stim. However, that really, really reduced the health of those Marines. Marauders still being held back. A great repair, and actually managed to save that. And SeleCT holds. Fantastic defense there by SeleCT. Pushing him back and takes a Stalker for good measure. That's one free pylon. Looks for the second. He gets it. No problem at all. Might even take the third. Of course he will. And SeleCT with a vicious counter-attack. That's what we like to see from SeleCT right there. Amazing defense against adversity. He even saves his command center. Bare minimum losses in terms of his worker supply count. He's only slightly behind. He'll be able to make that up with mules, no problem at all. And yeah, that is the high-level play we've been seeing from SeleCT this entire tournament. And Hasuobs now caught on the back foot, and a counter-attack is on its way. Army supply now in favor of SeleCT, if you can believe it, after that kind of attack. And once he gets everyone fixed up, he should be in a great position to launch an offensive. Hasuobs is not prepared to defend against this at all, especially with the +1 weapon upgrade. SeleCT knows it. He goes for it. There's the scan. He sees it. Up the ramp he goes. And there's an EMP. Misfire on the EMP by the looks of it. He hit the units at the back. And now trying to focus fire on it. Brings down one. Looks for the second one. It's good. It's very, very good. However, SeleCT's forces are very badly injured. Those force fields are really not helping matters. Mass warping at the front. SeleCT needs to evacuate almost immediately. Medevac's going to get taken out by Phoenix play as well. And SeleCT needs to leave very fast. Grabbing the Ghost. Nice play by Hasuobs. And the counterattack is now all the way back. And in the meantime, we also see a drop at the back of the base right here. Takes out a missile turret, and the question is, how much damage does he do to the worker count? Not a huge amount. Not particularly major. That's still kind of unpleasant, though. It's not what you want. Look at that. Look, great positioning there of the pylon, able to warp in, and that still hasn't been spotted now by SeleCT. Here comes Hasuobs' counter-attack once again. Bunkers will not be ready for this one. Will the army count? Army count's still looking really good for SeleCT. Should be able to hold this. Still got a large number of injured forces. Not enough medevacs to fix them up. Takes one solid, looks for the second one, and SeleCT holds once again. I wouldn't be so worried about SeleCT right now. He is really playing exceptionally well in this particular matchup. He is fighting tooth and nail to stay in the winner's bracket. Don't really blame him. Not at all. Hasuobs is an incredibly strong opponent. In the meantime, Hasuobs starting to vary things up. He does have a Void Ray on the field. He's got a robotics facility coming up as well. Forge, Gateway, all manner of things. 2 gateways, in fact. On an 8-gateway approach off 2 bases. Needs to look to expand at some point in the not-too-distant future. Of course, he will not be able to support that, especially not with the Robo and the Stargate pumping out units. Hasuobs keeping the scouting information. Army supply count still vastly in favor of SeleCT. He rebuilds his economy again without any problem whatsoever. So look, SeleCT very cool and calm right now. He's looking very, very strong. In comes the scouting Phoenixes. Will they be able to grab anything out of that line? Do we have a missile turret? We do. So I can't expect too much damage from him. Might be able to grab a single SCV, snipe that one off, and out he goes once again. Almost loses that Phoenix, but that Warcraft 3 micro coming into play once again. Hasuobs, exceptional control in pretty much every respect, particularly with air units, I might add. He's very, very good with those. More Stalkers on the way. Protoss ground armor upgrade level 1 is on its way as well. He doesn't have weapon upgrade yet. That's an interesting maneuver. It's not unknown, however, to go with that. Bling actually likes to do this. He likes to throw in mostly armor upgrades. And versus his opponent, actually, that won't be all that effective, simply because he's gone for an equal mix of now. He's in favor of Marauders. So against a Marine heavy force, +1 armor early on, great idea. Against a Marauder heavy force, not necessarily so much. But then bear in mind, he does know that his opponent has +1 weapon. So I have to imagine that that is a response to it. Dark Templar Shrine, Hasuobs reverting back to what he knows, which is starting to mix in Dark Templar into that force. And you'll note that SeleCT is not really equipped to deal with that. He does have a few missile turrets every now and again. Doesn't have one guarding this entrance right here. He does have it on there, but still there's harassment potential right there. That's a little bit risky. SeleCT looking for another push out. Let's have a look at the army supply count. Still in favor of SeleCT. However, warpings will come. Another Void Ray would be expected to come out, I would think, but he's not going to bother with that right now. Doesn't really have the resources. He's actually got a lot of gas. I mean, he could throw out a ton of sentries right now if he wants, and we'll see whether or not he decides to do that, or if he's just waiting for that Dark Shrine to finish. The thing is, it's 40 seconds left, and SeleCT is already pushing that line. This could be quite devastating. There's a lot of medivacs in the field as well. That was perhaps his primary weakness the last time, where he really did not have it. Looking for the double EMP by the looks of it. There we go, great shot with the EMP. All the shields down on that particular force, and now trying to cut his way through it. Does he have the firepower for it? He certainly does. Driving his way through Hasuobs' force. Here's a mass warp in, however. Cancelled out. Pylon is down. Excellent cancel there by SeleCT. And now this is looking very bad for Hasuobs right now. Raining down the firepower as quickly as he can. Void Ray down. Stalker down. Mass pull off the line. Mass warp in at the back. Will it be enough to deal with SeleCT's forces? Looking very unlikely right now. Shield's gone down the Nexus. Driving him away once again. Medivacs are not really holding them up right now. Very, very badly injured. The thing is, it's got the numbers. It doesn't matter. One Medivac taken out. Nexus going down right here. 50%, 20 down, and here we go. This is looking incredibly brutal right now for Hasuobs. And honestly, his economy has just taken a turn for the, oh God, what the hell's going on? Yes, 16 workers. GG, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. And SeleCT on fine form right now. Unbelievable play against Hasuobs, knocking him down into the losers bracket. Oh my Lord in heaven. SeleCT, so good. Oh, how else can you describe that play? Exceptional play there by SeleCT. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does in the rest of this tournament. He is fighting so very hard right now, and it's very possible that we could see a SeleCT versus Naniwa final. We will certainly find out.